What's up, guys? You know, one of the benefits of being a tool reviewer is the possibility of actually helping somebody make a better purchase decision on a tool. That and the fact that I absolutely love tools and love working with my hands. We often get new tools and we take them to our job sites and give you guys feedback. And look, while that's great, sometimes we feel that we're not giving a longer look at these tools, right? And that's hard to do with all the tools we look at. At Toolbox Buzz, we do our absolute best to get these tools on a job site and put them in real job site tests. We think that our business model of actually having pro contractors review these tools makes a lot of sense. In my opinion, it sure as hell beats what I call the non-pro armchair tool reviewers or the open the box tool reviews or what's in my garage tool review. But we don't always get to look back. We don't always get a longer look at a tool and see how well it held up as well as maybe our initial review thought it did. So we thought it would be a good idea to take a look at some tools. So in this tool review, we're going to take a look back and see how the Dewalt saw held up. And you know, were our initial thoughts correct? Did we miss something? Would we buy this saw again? So we looked at the Dewalt 60-volt FLEXVOLT. That's the cordless 7 1/4 worm drive style saw. We chose to review this tool back when the tool was pretty new. The FLEXVOLT technology was newer technology, and I was pretty skeptical, not psyched about the two battery platforms. I'm not going to go through all the features for you guys, but I will, because you can look at the old review for that, but I will talk about a few highlights and how we may have thought differently or looked at it differently. The first was ergonomics and weight. In the original article, we mentioned that the saw had some serious heft. It was heavy for cordless saw. This hasn't changed, but it still isn't an issue. Many of us learned on the Mag 77 skill saw, the worm drive saw. This saw feels pretty similar. If you're used to a traditional sidewinder circular saw, then you're going to have some comfort issues with the saw. It's way different in weight. The bevel depth adjustment. Now the bevel and the depth adjustment handles are still phenomenal. They're great. They're oversized, which equals to easy to grab, and we've had zero issues with them. The safety button. So this, as everybody knows, there's a safety button before you can pull the trigger. One issue we originally had with the safety button was on the handle. We didn't like the location and completely gotten used to it. Like anything else, you get your reps in on a tool, you're gonna get used to it. We actually try to push the spot on other tools now without thinking. So you get used to that stuff. Balance. Now, we love the balance of the saw. But when we originally did the review, we looked back on it, we called it tippy. We called it top heavy. We felt, you know, that it was tippy. No issues, zero. All right, looking at using the saw, during our previous review, we talked about the power generated from a cordless platform. The FLEXVOLT power is impressive. The saw, this isn't new, but it's still impressive. And the saw absolutely rips, and pun intended. LVLs, treated lumber, whatever you throw at it, it will cut without an issue. It's going to keep up with cutting jacks, beams, demo work, you name it. We're still amazed at the cordless tool and how well it keeps up and works just like a regular worm saw, worm drive saw. Actually, we might actually be more impressed now than we were back then. As far as improvements go, the saw really is close to perfect. We only had 2 issues with the saw, and one was operator error. The handle on the blade guard broke on us, and that was from us dropping it, and it broke. Now it's kind of difficult for the tool to use the tool. You know, when you're doing a sharp angle and you want to pull back on the guard a little bit, we got to replace that. The other issue wasn't with the saw, but the batteries. Now we had a couple of those FLEXVOLT batteries go bad over time, and that's bound to happen. But we've been told that this isn't as common with the newer batteries as they were with the older original batteries. Overall thoughts? After our initial review, we were impressed with this saw. And we actually, a bunch of us went out and bought a bunch of them for our teams. As a team, we beat the absolute tar out of these saws. They've been used to frame dozens of houses, remodels, and decks. They work. They are workhorse saws. We even loaned them out to a framing crew buddy, because he didn't have temporary power in the job he was working on, and we had to beg for them back. So, look, that's it for our look back. The question of, would I recommend you this saw? Hell yes. time and time again, we would recommend the saw. It's a great framing saw, and we urge you to give it a look at. I have a hard time believing that you'd go back to stretching a cord after using this. If you're a framer, this is a saw. This is it. Look, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving us a thumbs up, or better yet, please subscribe. You might even please consider looking at and supporting our channel by joining as a channel member. I'm Rob Robillard, and we'll see you next time here at Toolbox Buzz.